Hello there, fellow frostbitten survivors. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens, episode 57, Heating the Frigid Streets. Alright, JD, you're up. Wishbringer, you are going to be tended to with actual industrial level medicine. And JD, you're going to do the operation. Before you do the operation, I would like you to lose your hypothermia. We are, I know my head's in the way, but we are one day away from the overdrive finish. And Wishbringer, it would help if you're going in for surgery to actually, like, lay in the bed. He, like, got up and was like, oh, I'm leaving. It's like, dude, it's your leg. No, don't do it. Axios was like, I'll do the surgery. It's like, Axios, you're not very good at medicine. We don't want you to do that. Alright, JD, your hypothermia is acceptable for this attempt. And it worked! Right legs all fixed up. So Zeusin's clothing backlog is not quite managed. But I'm going to start cleaning up the bodies out there. So do we need wake up? How much wake up do I have? 47? No, I definitely don't need wake up. Oh, you know, I just realized it's snowing. So there's no point in doing this right now. Well, that was a lot of raids, back to back to back. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It started the 7th of fall. So yeah, we averaged a raid a day for the last 5 days. Let's hope we get a little bit of respite, because I would love to be able to actually expand the farm, like you guys voted on. So I have enough metal to put 2 new farm plots in. And we'll get those going right now. And Cardinal's doing his best maintaining the, repairing the damage to the walls. Because those sappers were, breachers rather, were thorough. Very thorough. Zeusin, when are you going to finish the stupid travelware? We're all waiting. So these new benches, as I mentioned, are going to be for strawberry, just to diversify our crop so that we're more blight resilient. And then these are going to be tinctoria, because they don't receive 100% of the grow light's sun. So they can't grow most crops. So for reference, tinctoria requires a light level of 30, not 51. Most plants, for reference, require 51. 51 meaning regular lights only produce 50, so 51 is basically direct sunlight or grow lights only. So most crops require inside the radius of a grow light, but tinctoria does not. Nor does fiber corn. Fiber corn is another crop that is a 30% crop, so you can grow that in low light. And then Nutrifungus can't be grown in light at all. So I wouldn't be able to add Nutrifungus in here because it would die. Because it does not want to be lit at all. Light requirement is 0. If it's lit, it dies. So I've 300 more steel required for the remaining farm expansions. And then we are 0.2 days away from overdrive finishing. And my chem fuel stocks really haven't moved very much. We're down about 140 from where it was, so it's not like we're close to running out. Is fibercorn something new? It's not very new, no. Fibercorn is a pretty old crop. It's part of Ideology DLC, so whenever Ideology came out. Same with Nutrifungus. The Ideology DLC released in 2001. So, 4 years ago? Or 21. Sorry. Alright, Zeusin is now back on research, and research is flying as a result. I think it is a good time for a voting session. The 2nd of December, year 5. So here is the proposals. The stalwarts demand sleep accelerators, and the pilgrims demand alcohol. These are not benefits, these are demands. It's worth noting that as the colony becomes more prosperous, rather than the factions getting benefits, they're going to have requirements. They're basically going to get more fussy by design. So, 1 minute on the poll for you guys to decide. Who is going to get benefited? And it looks like it's not as... I mean, initially it didn't look like the stalwarts were... I mean, I don't know. It's pretty close to being tied. Is it hard to brew alcohol in the cold? No, it isn't. Growing it is the difficult part. Alright, so the result of this is the stalwarts want sleep accelerators. Got it. Let me set that up. God, where is it? I might have to fix this. Okay, yeah, there we go. And I think I'm done. So, here we are. We have got the stalwarts a little happier with the politics. They've been winning, and they want sleep acceleration. And the pilgrims not so happy with how things are going, as they've been, you know, it's been back and forth, but they're kind of on a losing streak in the scheme of things. Oh, and we have another demand for travelware. Because, of course, poor Zeusin's just like, guys! Well, I don't have sleep acceleration research done. So that's definitely going to be one of those needs to be done sometime in the future. And I think I have to tinker with it a little bit more. And I'll leave a note for that. There. I just don't want to tinker dev mode right now. Alright. I think the raid damage has been fixed. Everywhere where it needs to. And as soon as the gentle snow stops, we'll try to clean up the corpses that are around the base. I'm surprised no one's been mining, though. We have a lot of people just hanging around the base. And not going up to the iron mines. So I'm hoping that they make a trip up there soon so that we can start to bolster our steel again, because steel is a real bottleneck that's hard to contend with. And, it is official. We have successfully arc-driven, or overdriven, our chem-powered arc. So we are now, eligible for the next upgrade. So I'm going to keep the arc at about 125% tuned. Just to see if that's about right for our current power demands for the farm. But the Hyperburn chamber requires arc components we don't currently have. So if you're wondering why I haven't triggered... I mean, I could queue it. So the requirements for the next upgrade is 2 arc components, 6 components, 30 plasteel, and 120 steel. And in order to get arc components, we would need transport pods to be able to send us out to industrial complexes out here. So it is a big project to get the next major upgrades. So we got some major undertakings to embark upon before that becomes possible. And now that the overdrive is off, I'm going to flick off things that don't need to be on constantly, conserving a little bit more power. Okay, gentle snow looks like it's stopping? No, still snowing. Wishbringer's doing a really good job sourcing the components. He's now... So he went from level 6 to level 9. Power to him, I guess. But he's still not capable enough to fork over the clothing to him. I don't think he's high enough level to actually get good clothing out of. Alright, with any luck, this is the last clothing that Zeus will have to make for a while, so she can actually start researching. Nope. Wishful thinking. Immediately when she finishes, someone else is like, "Oh, I could use more travel wear." Damn it. Foiled again. Oh, man. Jaw frostbite? It is negative 93 Celsius out. Negative 135 Fahrenheit. It might be time to consider trying to heat the northern passageways. I think in the case of Axios, he was just a genius who decided to go for a walk up to the north. So this isn't like typical hypothermia. This is atypical because he decided to freeze himself. And yeah, I mean, when they're stupid like that, there's little that you can do about it. Oh, Fishpick. I wanted Fishpick to sit on the drill a little bit longer. Big Banger, thank you for the resub. Lucky 13 months. So we're just about out of steel again. Familiar sight, I'd say. This isn't your regular hypothermia, it's advanced hypothermia? Yes. And we're not even in the middle of winter yet. It's only going to get worse. With that said, let's go ahead and close some of the doors to the mining areas so that they are a little bit warmer. Because as they are now, they don't completely stave off hypothermia. We're Lig in the Lair. I would love to get an anti-grain warhead. I just don't think it's viable. I don't think we'll survive doing that. Ooh, we got a windfall of psychoid. Maybe what I'll do is these benches are going to go to cotton. Mixing it up even more. Why are you breaking? You just need to sleep. The other thing I have to keep an eye on is that the bedrooms are warm enough to not freeze to death in. At the moment, they are. But I'll keep an eye out. What I might do is move this heater. Yeah, I'm going to move the plasteel heater in here rather than to make a new heater. Just to try to keep the bedrooms a little bit warmer. There's no way for them not to sleep in the cold, but I don't want them getting hypothermia while they sleep. Oh, man. Wait. Installed non-natural prosthetic? No, you didn't. What? Oh, yes, we did for someone, just not... No, wait. Why do you even have that mood? Oh, he did the surgery. Yeah, right. I'll have to be careful about that. Because whereas Wishbringer's like, ha, I got modded. It's like, no, you had your leg shut off. You shouldn't be happy about that. So in the future, I guess Madsen has to do that doctoring, and he sucks at it. So, he's going to need to practice his medicine a lot. Good news is, we're starting to build up a real supply of tea, so I think I'm going to edit the scheduled drug policy now, and change it for a slightly higher threshold. I want to, like, find some sort of nice equilibrium, so that people aren't chugging the stuff, but we are also avoiding the worst mood outcomes as a result. We just got out of cannon turrets, so the next research is going to be transport pods. Voted on by you guys. After transport pods, what do you want me to research? Will be up to you. So here's the list. We have got biosculpting, long blades, beer brewing, bionics, recon armor. Oh, autocannon turret shouldn't be in this poll. Let me get it out. Tube television, pulse charge munitions, drug production, or mortars. Speaking of mortars, I haven't forgotten about the siege site here. Maybe what I'll try to do is, JD, are you... I'm going to have JD attempt to snag some of the stuff in the siege site, given that he has jogger abilities. So we'll stage here in the mining room, clear our hypothermia, and then run out here and grab some stuff. I'll grab the stuff that's most likely to decay soonest. Research towards sleep accelerators? Good point. We did vote on that. We have access to it through microelectronics. Okay, you can't carry anything more. This is dangerous, but as long as I'm micromanaging it, it should be okay. Pretty handy to get all the shells and components and the like. I would send Axios. I guess it's frostbite to sealed. Okay, Axios, you're going to do the next trip. And it is clear weather, so I can also start to consider corpse clearing. Because our base has a little bit of a backlog. So this one is also going to be strawberries. So we have 2 more benches left to do, and then we will have fulfilled the expand the farm project. You are still shivering. Winter, go warm up. And Axios, you'll load the meals. Oh, right, there's 2 way up there. So much corpse cleanup. Okay, beer brewing will be queued up after transport pods. Copy that. Who got hypothermic? Wishbringer? But you're idle. See, that's what I'm talking about. They shouldn't ever idle in places that are cold. Because they kill themselves. And for, like, no good reason. Alright, winner, your corpse duties are over. Go hand in your Molotov cocktail and someone else will get the rest. Question for you guys. I'm not quite at the point where I'm done with the farming project, but here is the voted goals. You pick what I focus on next. Oh, and the arc burn is not... Okay, let's get rid of that. There we go. So here's next project. Better weapons and armor. More automated weapons, building a proper kitchen, building a new farm, building transport pods, or viewer suggestions. It looks like our rate of chem fuel is about right. Have the batteries not maxed and not bottomed out, we're finding like a good middle ground. So I'll feel good about that. Whoa, no, 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 no. Inspire recruit from winter? That's not all that useful. And now we'll go for another trip out to the siege site with Axios. After he burns some corpses. Zeusin's flying through the research, which is certainly very handy. Negative 94 Celsius out. Actually, this is probably like, why in the hell am I out here? It's like, yeah, man, I agree. It's pretty cold. But everything that decays is already dealt with out here now for the siege site. So the rest of the stuff, like, I want, but it's not urgent that I get it. JD, you were doing something stupid, I'm assuming. Wandering around recreationally and collapsed. We might need to start heating up the tunnels up here. So I'm gonna include that as like a side goal. I think I'm gonna do that regardless of whether it wins in the polls or not, because we're getting people collapsing on their way to work, and that's like properly cold. So the let's focus on finishing up the farming project, and then we'll go ahead and pivot to make transport pods and like warmer streets. Nice. This moisture pump is... There is nothing left in its radius that I wish to dry. So we can break that down. This one needs to expand a little bit more. But yeah, this one's done. So that's nice. So these benches, as mentioned before, is going to be for Tictoria, so that we can start to do clothing dyes. And we have the, yeah, so the farm is done. So here, as you can see, it still grows just fine. Alright, current priority now is build warmer streets and build transport pods. The reason why I'm not considering double walling here is the cost of the project versus the benefit isn't balanced. I'm going to do the warmer streets first, and then we'll work on afterwards we'll work on the transport pods. So I'm curious how far one heater gets me. And then I'm assuming I'm going to need multiples. The thing about these heaters is because I'm installing them in these hallways, they are a raid risk. They will be targeted and singled out for raiders. So I got to keep a close eye on that to make sure that we don't end up losing any infrastructure to attackers. So I don't know if a heater is actually going to take the edge off. The other thing I could try to do is to sufficiently heat the internal structure of our base, even given our forced open doors, so that the inside of the base is warm or warmer. But time will tell if that's viable either. Because even this heater as it is only taking like 10 degrees off of ambient temperature off, which isn't a lot, isn't much, isn't enough. We're still getting frostbite running up north. Although it's the 6th of December, so it is like the coldest day of the year. What I wanted to do is try one more heater. And see if 2 heaters brings the ambient temperature up enough that during winter months we won't freeze to death in this hallway. Hey, Toxic Fallout. Oh, lovely. Alright, it's, I'm not gonna say it's warm, but it's like 20 degrees warmer than ambient. So it's better than it was. Definitely measurably better than it was. It just requires, you know, 170 watts times 2 or times 4 to make the hallways tolerable. Because at negative 63, our hypothermia is not going to skyrocket up too quickly that we can't outpace it with, like, you know, with some of our clothing. So, question for you guys. Should I build 2 more heaters up north? Yes or no? Do you like the heating of the hallways? Or should I not bother? Also, regardless of how you vote, I should stagger these so that the light they cast is beneficial. Putting 2 heaters across from one another won't cast beneficial light. In fact, this is a much... I might even just go for 1 heater here. See how much 1 heater can affect. Because this is a smaller hallway than this one. But I probably would need 2 to raise it up enough. Another thing I could do... this limestone door could become steel. And then... offset wood doors to retain as much of the heat as possible. But yeah, this limestone door definitely should be steel so that it opens and closes much faster. I don't want to use auto doors because auto doors break down and require a lot of components, which is obnoxious in its own way. But having like airlocks with wood will keep the rest of the hallway, I think, a lot warmer. And because we don't use wood in our... oh, boy. Speaking of which. Back up to 120. Because we don't use wood in our arc generator anymore, we can use it for projects like these. You shouldn't even be allowed to construct. In hindsight. Whopping level 2. Yeah, no thanks. And it looks like you guys want more heaters up north. Copy that. Transfer research is done. So we'll start to invest in beer brewing. Beer brewing shouldn't take very long because it's just beer brewing. And we have an attack immediately. It is negative 90 Celsius out, so I'm guessing ambient temperature is going to deal with these raiders pretty efficiently. And it's not a very big raid either. So let's go into base lockdown. But I'm not particularly concerned about this fight. Another thing we can start... Oh, you are on the wrong power network. Another thing that we can start to do now that we're getting Tinctoria is... storing it next to the style station and dye our clothing so that we actually have faction dyed clothing. I don't have a lot of dyes yet. I have one, but we'll slowly get dye availability and be able to make use of it. Cheers. So they have pretty good range, but they don't have any cover coming in here. I'm not even going to bother using the automated plasteel turrets. I don't think we'll need them. Ooh, we dropped silver. That's nice. One group down, one group to go. Am I playing with Randy or Rady? A bit of both. These raiders are not doing so well. I think this raid is going to go with us never having been shot. I don't really see that changing from here. Who is cold? Pretty much all of you. Colonel, you hang out. You're apparently not cold, but the rest of them need to go warm up a bit. Good shot. Yeah, I think hypothermia did most of it. Hypothermia down that one. Any of them I want to recruit. Let's see. There's a very small window before they die of hypothermia. A psychopath incapable of fighting fires and dumb labor? No. Jealous slope? Okay. Nope. You're just corpses for the corpse fire. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Frostwardens.